What's up everybody, this is Danny and I've teamed up with LG to show you the biggest setup that I've ever done. It's the perfect ultra-wide setup when I'm at home for productivity and a great large 17-inch display when I'm on the road. Welcome to my ultimate 49-inch ultra-wide setup desk tour, and I want to thank LG for sponsoring this episode. First, let's start with the heart of this setup, and that is the LG Gram 17. Being a longtime Mac user, I really miss the 17-inch display, and this laptop does it well because the footprint is so much smaller than you would expect for such a big display. It fits inside of my standard backpack perfectly, and at only 2.9 pounds, I can't even feel it in my bag. So with my camera and everything else that I need to put in my bag, this makes a huge difference. The display is bright and vibrant with a 2560 by 1600 resolution, so everything looks nice and sharp. Two windows side by side is no problem for the Gram 17. Lots of room for professional applications like the Adobe suite. I also appreciate the port selection. There's DC power, USB 3.0, HDMI, and USB-C with Thunderbolt 3, which is a major win, which I'll show you later on. The other side, you get two more USB 3.0 ports, a headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot. This laptop did come out earlier this year, but the 8th generation Core i7 processor still has plenty of power. You can go up to 1 terabyte of SSD storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM. The keyboard is nice and comfortable and is also backlit. And I know some of you will appreciate that number pad on the right hand side. The trackpad is also silky smooth, uses precision drivers so it's nice and responsive with a nice click. And I also love the fingerprint scanner that's on the power button, so it's super easy to sign in with Windows Hello. The best part is that you can get a great deal on this laptop right now since it's been out for a little while, so I will leave some links down below for you. You can pick one up at a bunch of different retailers and even at one of my favorite places in the world, Costco. Seriously, it's not a joke. Costco is life. If you're there, check out how lightweight this thing is. It will blow your mind. When I am at home and in the office, I want to make sure I have the most power I can get, and with that Thunderbolt 3 port on the Gram 17, I can connect to my eGPU enclosure with the GTX 2080 inside. That one cable drives the ultra-wide display and also charges the laptop at the same time, so it keeps things nice and clean. This gives me a lot of flexibility because this gives me way more rendering power for video editing over the integrated graphics. Also, this gives me way more gaming power, so if I want to enjoy ultra-wide gaming, I can. This in itself, trust me, is an experience. I'm still enjoying Gears 5, and this setup comfortably lets me play at higher settings at 60 frames per second. I love it. By the way, if you're wondering what that stand that the Gram 17 is on, it is the 12 South Curve, really solid laptop stand, and I think it looks perfect with this setup. If you're wondering more about this ultra-wide monitor, it's also made by LG. If you saw my last ultra-wide tour, that was the 34-inch model, and I thought that was big, but this 49-inch is next level. This has a nice resolution of 5120 by 1440 with HDR10 support, and it also has a nice curve to it, so it does feel immersive on the desk. I can comfortably fit 3 windows side by side and even more if I want to. Having all of that screen real estate is great because you can easily run multiple programs side by side, perfect for productivity with audio and video editing. The built-in speakers are surprisingly good, so it works for me. I usually use headphones when I edit audio, so it's not a big deal, but I do feel like I need some type of a studio monitor setup. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below so I can include those in my next setup tour. If you saw my last setup tour, you might have seen this arm already by human scale with the M-Power charging station. This monitor is heavy and this monitor arm has no problem holding it up. It has 2 USB-A and a USB-C port to the desktop to easily charge my phone or peripherals. This is especially handy when my keyboards and mice need charging. Just so much easier to do it directly on the desk. The keyboard that I'm using is the Keychron K2. This compact mechanical keyboard is something that I wanted to try and I'm digging it so far. I've only been using this for about a week. I have the RGB version. There are a ton of different lighting options which I like. You can just cycle through them to see which one that you like. I did opt for the red switches. I like the way it sounds and feels, but it's available with the blue and brown switches as well. The layout is nice, and I think that this is the best compact mechanical keyboard that I've used so far. I'm using it wirelessly, but you can connect to 3 different computers if you want to and just switch easily between them with the function plus the 1, 2, or 3 keys. But you can also use it wired and it connects via USB-C, so that's another win. There's a 4000 milliamp hour battery inside, so that's nice. It's a little thick, but I really like it. If you are a Mac and PC user like I am, they do provide Mac specific keycaps in the box, so if you're looking for a mechanical keyboard, then definitely check this out. The mouse that I'm using is the older MX Master. I don't think I need to go over this mouse since I'm sure that you're not new to this. The MX Master 3 is out, but these older models are so affordable and I think they're still great. I may upgrade later, but I'll stick to this for now. The mouse is great for editing because you can custom map these buttons, control 2 computers with the same mouse, has great battery life. I highly recommend it. The desk that I'm using is still the BDI Centro Lift. It hasn't changed all year because I love this motorized desk. It has that clean white finish with a satin etched matte glass top. If you want to know more about this desk, I'll link my first setup tour of the year so you can check it out because I go into more detail there. But still, one of my favorite features is the drawer unit. It has that Nomad wireless charger inside to charge my iPhone 11 Pro. This is definitely a feature that I use every single day. I know a lot of people wanted me to do something different besides a Mac setup, so here it is. I know it's not a huge change up. I'm still using that awesome human scale Nova lamp that's in the corner. Also, the chair is the same, but I think this is my favorite setup yet. I want to know what you think about it. I mean, would you use this or would you change it up and go back to the last setup that I had? Let me know in the comment section below. Stay tuned for a lot more setup content like this and let me know what computer and display combo that you want me to check out next. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Check the links for the LG Gram 17 if you're interested. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and I will see you guys in the next setup tour.